G'day, this is the fourth video in the series on my new lawn. Let's have a look around and see how it's going. Rightio, as you can see, it's starting to fill in quite nicely. Normally the temperature in Brisbane starts to drop down as we get towards the end of April, but it's actually getting quite cool in the evenings now. We want to keep the soil temperatures above 22, 23 degrees if we can, but then night time is getting down to 18, which will hamper its growth, but you can see that it is starting to really fill in nicely. I am using, at this stage, I'm using Activate and Seaweed Secrets with some Stimulizer from the plant doctor. I'm going a little bit extra than what it should be getting, just to try and push that growth before winter takes hold. So I would really like to see this covered over in winter, but it's not going to happen. But we'll try and get as much as we can. So let's go for a walk around and have a look. So this section over here was the one we were worried about the most, because it's the one that's probably affected by shade more than any. So I'm gonna trim that little bush off there and maybe a little bit of that to try and get a little bit more light in. And because I've got a duck under them when I mow, so I'd really like to get rid of those. So it's actually filling in really nicely over here. Even all the way over there, we sort of rounded it off there. I know the garden edge goes off there, and technically probably should have lawn there, but we might plant some plants in there along that fence line. Move some of these bad boys over there because they'll look good over there, and we'll round the lawn off there. There's no real straight edges here, so I don't see the point in having a straight edge. But you can see along here it's filling in quite well. This is probably the best bit through here, this section. I mowed yesterday, so you can see it's actually filling in quite well here. It's getting like I'm not doing like a monthly feed at once. And then leaving it on trickle feeding it. So I'm probably giving it, let's say 50 mils per 100 square meters of Activate. And I'm doing that twice a week at the moment, which is a lot, but as soon as, pretty much around Anzac Day, I'll not give it much nitrogen at all from then onwards. There are some sections that are struggling a bit. Back in the centre here, it's still got plenty of green on it, but we had a lot of rain and this is where a lot of the soil washed into, so I've had to spread that back out. So look, it's growing okay. This section's not so good, but it does still have green on it. I'm going to cut that off too because hits the mower. Yes, I am using a cylinder mower on this. No, it's not flicking dirt everywhere. I've got it set quite high. It's probably about the 18 mil mark. And again, this section I was never going to try and grow up to there because it's just not going to grow. It's shade all the time. And I'm pretty sure I said that mark there would be where it would naturally grow to, and it looks like that's going to be the case. So we're going to round it off a bit there if we can, and maybe plant some more, or transplant some more of those plants in there. But it's growing. This is the only square corner, and this poor old dilapidated retaining wall is starting to fall down. But yeah, we're getting some growth in here. There's a few weeds popping up. We pick them out as we go. But overall, it's going quite well. We're even getting some growth on the concrete edges from some top dressing that went a bit askew. Let's pull that bad boy out. Don't want him to think that he's welcome, so I'll throw them over there. That looks like that's bindi, I think. That could be bindi, so we might have to do something about that. Because the last thing I want is bindis. So yeah, we'll just pick a few of the weeds out as we go, and that's all I'm doing for weed control at this point in time. It's just hand weeding. Just walk around and have a look and pick a few out here and there. They're only baby weeds, so they're easy to pluck out. Oh, that's me right knee, but that's how we do it. That's how I'm doing it. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Got a bit to do here and around this edge here, but yeah, that's how it's going so far. I'm pretty happy with it, really happy actually. I think we'll see some real movement over the next, well, I'm really hopeful we'll see some real movement over the next couple of weeks. Generally where I take a photo from is up on the stairs, and it doesn't really look like there's much grass in this section, but if you come down here, it's actually deceiving. There's still quite a bit there, and I think it'll cover in just nicely. So yeah, that's the update.